Hello and welcome. So today in this training we're going to go over how to get NDIS clients ethically and correctly, so without any kind of shortcuts. So my name is Greg Chadwick. I am an NDIS strategic marketer and website designer. I also own my own disability service and I've been in the industry for the last 17 years. And currently I help NDIS providers to strategically form services so that they can really start to attract NDIS clients and really build out their business with a great foundation so that moving forward they haven't taken any shortcuts and they really have a great marketing plan and a great strategy moving forward that they can build out their business with. So today I'm going to go through a few points through this list, and I'm going to go down very similar to a PowerPoint presentation, but right here at the top you can see you can get your free recording of the Provider Accelerator Masterclass. So this is a really condensed version of the Provider Accelerator Masterclass. Within that masterclass we go a lot more in depth into how we're going to really pull out these features and really start to strategize and get more clients, because to fit it all into one YouTube video, it really doesn't do it justice. And you know, on this topic I can talk for hours and hours, because I've just been able to help so many providers get results and see the kind of movement that they need to see in their business when they first start, and to get their first couple of clients. So straight off the bat, let's take a look at our first point. So if we have a look here, all right, so the most important thing to remember is that the construction of the NDIS has been set up for choice and control. All right, if you're not aware of that, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on that. And it really is to support the needs and the goals of the people that we support. So wherever you are in your marketing journey, or wherever you are in your business, it really has to always come back to supporting our clients. So really focusing on the needs and the goals of the people we're supporting, solving those problems for them. And that is going to help you along the way to build a foundation that is going to really bring you clients over and over and over again. And the NDIS has done this on purpose. You know, they've provided these packages to them so that they can provide them with as much choice and control, so they can choose any provider that they wish. So if you're not doing a good enough quality service, then you know, that's really going to see you get quite a big churn rate and not be able to retain the clients that you have. So it's really important that we focus on these needs and these goals of the people that we support, and we're always going to come back to that. All right. All right, so moving on to our next point. The NDIS has really handed you a marketing blueprint. They have just made it a little bit harder to decipher, whether it's intentionally or not intentionally. And if you're not looking at it from a mindset of a marketing perspective, it can be a little bit hard to see. And really, if you've been a carer your whole life and you haven't had a lot of experience in marketing, that's really what we want to look at here. So let me show you how that is done. All right, our next point here, we're going to look at our needs and our goals. So if we're going to translate what the NDIS has really given us, looking at our needs and our goals, that's our pain point and our solution. So anytime you are marketing to anybody in any industry, the first thing you're going to do is find the pain point and find out what solution you can give to that pain point. So what is their problems? What is their needs? What is their goals? So if we're looking at needs and goals, that's really the pain point. That's what someone with autism needs help with. That's what someone with cerebral palsy needs help with, or dementia, or whatever that disability that needs help. You really need to be able to narrow down what that is and create something that is going to solve that problem and give you a solution. So we will look here at choice and control. When we talk about choice and control, that equals I will choose someone else if you cannot offer a solution. All right, so if you're just going out there and you're running, you think that you can just go into the marketplace and just provide trips to shopping, trips to the movies, whatever, without actually knowing, you know, what this person really needs help with. This could be masking a deeper problem. Okay, so if you can't figure out how to solve that problem, then you're going to have issues with your churn rate. If you can, you're going to have loyal participants that are going to want to work with you for years and years and years. So if you can solve any problem, people pay money for you to solve a problem. People will pay me if I can help them get clients. That if that's the problem that they're facing, people will pay me to build them a website. If that's the problem that they're facing, and they know that that's what it is, and if I do that to the best of my ability and make sure I deliver 100% that solution, then that's what they're going to pay me for. Okay, so that the same thing comes down to choice and control. If you can't provide them with choice and control to focus on the needs and the goals of the participants and the people that we're supporting, then you're going to have some issues. You know, maybe you'll get lucky and you'll land a couple of clients, whatever it is. But if you can't do that moving forward, you're going to have some issues scaling. All right. So now when we look at registration modules, if you don't know what registration modules is, even if you're not going to register, I recommend that you go and look at some compliance and some registration documents. It's all free on the NDIS. So look at the core modules of registration. So when you say what services you're going to provide, you can look at them. You can see we've got STA, SIL, community access. We're just looking at talking about the core modules here. Meal preparation, personal care, all that sort of stuff. All right, so really these core modules, the NDIS has broken this down into some problems that need solving. So it's really a defined niche with a particular set of problems that needs a solution. All right, so this sort of information is really going to help you to develop a marketing plan, to develop a business plan, and understand who your ideal niche is and what you can break down and figure out each person's problem, each disability, even each demographic even. Okay, so moving down into our next section. So mission number one is we're going to define. Okay, we're going to go through our my three Ds. This is a bit of an infrastructure and a framework that I work with providers when I'm helping them with the NDIS coaching and strategies, that sort of thing. So what we need to do is define our market. So if I was looking at my disability service, the market that I've decided and that I feel like I am best equipped to help is people between the ages of men, actually young men between the ages of 18 and 35 who live with an intellectual disability or autism. All right, so I know exactly what this demographics problems is. I could give you a list of 10 issues that they face on a regular and a daily basis that I can solve a problem. Once I have that information in my arsenal, it's really easy to design programs around the people that we're supporting here. Now, if I was to then add, let's say, females into the mix, that all of a sudden adds a different set of problems. If I was to say add a different disability into the mix, that all of a sudden adds a different set of problems. So I'd have 20, 30 different problems. And I'm trying to solve all the problems for everybody. And that starts to become a really big task. And it really starts to impact on the quality of your service. So right now we're going to define who our target market is. So I want you to think about who you would really best like to work with. And that's not to say that you can't work with in the future. That's not to say in 2 years from now you're not working with 10 different demographics. But when you're starting off, and if you're struggling getting clients, I want you to focus down onto one demographic. Okay, now we already know the demographic is probably where you live. If you live on the Gold Coast, that's going to be focusing on the people who are on the Gold Coast. And most of the time, a disability service, this is the case. There are some small examples where you work with disabilities on nationwide, but most of the time, we're a local kind of based business. So we already know that. Now you need to think about, is it female? Are they males? Are they age 18 to 35, 35 to 45? You know, the older generation, you're going to have a lot other different issues. Maybe we're looking at more dementia kind of style. Maybe we're looking at more health related, that sort of stuff. Younger, maybe we're looking at some behavioral issues, or maybe there's other sort of disabilities there. So really start to narrow down who your ideal client is. You can even, what I would recommend is go out and list 10 demographics that you're interested in working with, and then you can go through and look at some of the market research. Go do some market research, but we dive a lot deeper into this sort of stuff with the Provider Accelerator program. You do some market research, define, and just narrow that down to one client. Who is the best person that you can service right now, okay, right now in this moment, because that's really what we want to do, is get some traction straight away, because we're looking to build relationships and that sort of thing. So we've defined our target market. Now we're going to define what's causing them the most pain and the most problem. So if we're looking at someone with autism, often that's social anxiety, okay, all these sorts of things. We're looking for someone who needs, who's having trouble with speech, then we're maybe thinking about speech therapy. You know, I'll let you do that sort of research yourself, but we can go through that obviously at a later date with some of the other programs that I've developed. I've developed some paid programs, and I also have our provider accelerator. And really the journey for me during this whole process is to try and stem your learning curve, so that we can really start off with a great foundation. And that's why I give so much away for free, because I see so much injustice. And just so you know, I am a not-for-profit disability service, so I'm a not-for-profit marketing service. So, you know, I have that leeway to try and offer advocacy and try and offer help to you guys to really start you off with a foundation, because my mission is to really help not just as many providers as possible, but as many participants. I've already helped thousands of participants through my 300 disability camps that I've held, that I've led with other organizations and that sort of thing. So I've already helped thousands of participants in the last 17 years, and I want to continue to help more on such a big scale. And that is why I do this, and why I give this sort of stuff away to you guys for free, because I have a passion for providing a great foundation, not just for you guys, but for a foundation for the participants. And really, if we do this correctly, the ecosystem is there and it's already set up. You just have to make sure you follow a few steps. So let's keep moving on to our next step, our next mission. Mission number 2 is going to be develop. Okay, so we're going to develop. So we've defined all our target demographic. Now we're going to develop a service or a product or an offer that is irresistible, that becomes, solves a problem of a pain point. You know, such as you achieved a goal for a participant. Okay, so you know, what is going to be the end goal of our participant, and how can we get them there by creating this irresistible offer that is just illogical. When you present this offer to somebody, a support coordinator, whoever your OT, other providers, primary carers, whoever your referral partner is, or the people that you're putting this in front of, your offer, your program, your service, whatever that is, it really becomes illogical for them not to choose your service. Okay, so just providing bowling, just providing trips to the doctors, just providing all these sorts of things, it's not going to cut it in this demographic of competition. So that's not to say you can't offer that later on once you build a relationship with the participants, and maybe that is a need that they require. But when you're trying to have a marketing strategy and a marketing plan, you really need to have that irresistible offer that when someone puts it in front of you, they have to take action. There is no need, there's no reason, there's no friction, there's no reason for them not to choose your disability service, and really it's going to separate you from that barrel of competition that you are faced with in your industry that are doing all the same sort of stuff. All right, so moving on to our next mission, our last one. So we're going to deliver. All right, so we've got our target demographic. We know what their problem is. We have now developed a service or a product or an attraction event, something like that, that is going to solve that problem. And now we're going to deliver that to our target audience. So when I say deliver, we need to find where our target audience lives, and that's why it becomes a lot easier when you're able to define your target market, because you can figure out where these people hang out, where they live. Not actually where they live, but where they like to congregate, all that sort of stuff. And you're able to put this sort of stuff in front of these type of people, as far as referral partners and all that sort of stuff. But if you've got a huge, wide demographic, then it becomes really, really hard to know. You just basically have to market to every single person in your area and hope that you're going to cast a wide net and hope you're going to catch something. But if we're able to target this down, okay, so you're going to give out your offer. So you're going to deliver your offer to your target audience and deliver your service and do what others, I'm just going to move this here so that you can see that. So I really want you, when you're going to deliver, I want you to over deliver. Okay, so this irresistible offer, you're going to give so much value that they have no choice to come back, because you have just done such a great job. So we're going to over deliver on everything. All right, so and then do what others are not willing to do. All right, so do those services. Maybe you're going to offer a free event once a month or whatever it is. Do what others are not willing to do, that are too lazy to do, that maybe financially it doesn't seem like that they want to do. Do what others are not willing to do to make this happen. All right, I'll just pull myself back down here. All right, moving on to our next step. All right, so don't leave. I have saved the best till last, so we're about halfway now. And I'd really love your support for all this free stuff that I give out. And as far as your support, I just love you to enroll in the masterclass, the Accelerator Masterclass. And please do me a favor, like it and comment. Comments really help the Facebook algorithm, the Google algorithm, all that sort of stuff. Comment, like, all that sort of stuff. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be brilliant. I would love that. And subscribe to my Facebook channel, and find me at chadwickdigital.com.au. If you have any questions, that sort of thing, you can send me an email. Whatever it is, I'm an open book, all right, and I'm here. So, but I would really love your support. If you're enjoying the content, there's so many more videos that I'm creating on a regular basis and putting out there for free for you guys. So thanks for your support, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so we're going to talk a little about the capacity mindset. You might have seen this in one of my other videos, but a disability service has a capacity mindset. So I see this a lot on Facebook groups, and I see it a lot when people tell me that they've emailed support coordinators. They've sent out a whole heap of emails to people, and they're having trouble getting clients. And they've said, look, I'm a new disability service in the area, and I've got capacity. Or maybe they've developed a little graphic on Facebook, and it says, we're a new disability service, we just got registered, or whatever. We've got capacity. Okay, you need to have more than just capacity. If you just have capacity, that is really going to, I guess, really point you out that you kind of don't know what you're doing with this, because it's more than just capacity. It's about solving that problem of that client. Who are you working with? Who do you want to work with? There's so many people out there that have capacity, trust me, and I know that 90% of these providers are really good people, and they really want to see the best, and they've started this business not because of financial reasons. Yes, of course, we all got to put the lights on, but they've started because they want to make a difference, or maybe they've felt some injustice as a support worker. Maybe this is you, and you were working for a support worker, and you didn't feel like you were being heard, or other participants were being heard, or that sort of thing. So you started an NDIS service, and you felt like it was a great idea because you're a good person, but you really have to shed that mindset of capacity, and we need to look at it from a problem-solving perspective. So here we are, exactly what I was just talking about. We need to adopt a problem-solving perspective. Okay, so the first question I ask my clients and my students and the people that I work with, and the providers, is what services do you offer, and who do you offer them to? Okay, and the most common responses that I get, I offer NDIS services. Well, yes, clearly, but maybe I wasn't clear enough with the question. And the other one is all of them. So I often get the answer, I provide all services. Okay, well, that's pretty hard to do. So you provide complex services, behavioral supports, for people in wheelchairs, dementia, cerebral palsy. You provide all services. And then the other thing is, they tell me is that they've gone to a registration company and they provide the core modules. And I just want to say, be really careful with registration companies. There's good registrations, then there's registration companies, then there's terrible registration companies. I've had registration companies tell my clients that they won't get clients without being registered. And at this point of this video, that's not true. what happens with Bill Shorten and this shake-up or whatever it is in the next 2 years happens, maybe we all have to become registered. But currently, I'm an unregistered provider. Okay, currently there is 116,000 people last year that submitted invoices, this is coming from Bill Shorten's mouth, that submitted invoices that were unregistered, and there was 19,000 that were registered. Okay, so it's really important to just be really careful with the registration companies, and if they tell you you can't get clients, or even if they say you'll get heaps of clients as soon as you're registered, because that's not true at all. I've worked with heaps of people that literally can't get any clients and they've been registered for ages, or sometimes they tell them that they can't work until they're registered, which is not true, because I had someone tell me that it's been 3 years, they finally got their registration, got through after 3 years, and then I said, you could have been working in that 3 years, and I just heard their heart drop. And this is a really common story for me to hear. I get on a lot of strategy calls, a lot of discovery calls, and it breaks my heart as well, because these are people. We need to support each other in this industry as well. So back to our core modules. Basically, the core modules I was telling you about, going over the STA, SEAL, community access, all those ones that we were talking about. It needs to be deeper than that. Okay, you cannot provide all services to all people and expect there to be a low churn rate or a high retention rate. So a low churn rate, if you decide to provide all services to all people, and look, there's probably going to be some of you that think that I'm talking garbage, but I promise you I'm not. And hopefully if you stick through me, you'll see that what I'm talking about as well. So don't go anywhere. But you might say, I'm going to provide a wide net, and maybe you've got really lucky because you've had a good referral partner and you've got 5 clients from that. Okay. But if you're not able to provide staff that are trained in all of those areas, maybe you took on someone who has dementia, a child, and someone in their 20s. Okay, if you're not able to provide staff that are able to fill all of those needs and then are decently qualified, you're probably going to get a high churn rate. That person's probably going to leave and go to someone more qualified to solve their problem. Okay, so in order to keep high retention rate, so when we say retention rate, in order to keep clients for a couple of years or whatever, 3, 4, 5 years, or for a lifetime, whatever it is, you really need to do a good job, and to do a good job, you solve their main primary objective and their problem. So moving on to our next step. So why does all services to all people mindset hurt your business? Okay, so there's 3 reasons why it hurts your business. So you're swimming in a sea of competition with other providers. Like I said before, if you're providing bowling community access, if you're providing trips to the doctors or trips to the groceries, there's so many people that can provide those basic services that are really happy to do that, and maybe they're even undercutting the market, whatever it is set by the NDIS price code. So you're basically lumping yourself in a barrel, in a sea of these other providers in your target area. Excuse me. And what we really want to do is pull yourself outside of that barrel. Present them with your irresistible offer. And if you haven't already seen my training, I've got a free training out there, and it goes over, I've got a list of 180 different services that I've gathered over the last couple of years working with providers on Facebook and that sort of stuff, that you can build an attraction event, an irresistible offer event out of that sort of stuff. So it's just built to really start to change your mindset and start making you think about, maybe you love basketball, maybe you have a passion for beauty therapy, maybe you're a fisherman, or whatever it is, to leverage those sorts of things and see if you can solve that target demographics what we're talking about. So we really want to pull ourselves out from under this sea of competition and really offer something different to a support coordinator. Because if I got a support coordinator and tell them that I really want to help, help people. I'm new to the industry. I've got capacity. Do you have any clients for me? They're going to say probably no, and I know they're going to say no because I don't know you, I don't trust you, we don't have any experience together, and I've got people on my books that I already trust. So I've got providers on my books that I already trust. So you really need to be able to go into that first consultation with a support coordinator or a participant or whatever and say, look, we've got this really cool program. It's built around Minecraft and helping young people start to get out of their social anxiety, and they're going to build friends online, and it's going to be monitored by people that we can that you can trust, and that sort of thing, and start to leverage, okay, we've just solved the problem of that small target demographic. And then a light bulb is going to go off in this person's head and say, this person knows what they're talking about, and maybe I've got someone that fits that demographic for them. All right, so the second issue is that you become a jack of all trades and a master of none. If you've heard that saying, this is what you are doing, a jack of all trades and a master of none. So you're trying to become everything and help everybody and everyone, and you're not becoming an expert at anything. Okay, you're not becoming a real expert at helping the elderly maybe transition between that 45 and 65 market, because after 65 it goes into aged care. So maybe, you know, that demographic. So that's the second problem. And our third problem is it's really unethical for you to expect your staff to help participants in that way. If I can use an example of this, if you've got a young 18-year-old female, and she's really good at, or 18 to 20, whatever it is, a young female, they're really good at community access, great, active, getting out there, helping participants, empowering them, getting them engaged, all that sort of stuff. And then someone says to you, look, I've got this client, they're really hard, they're really difficult, but I really need someone right now, can you take them? And look, they're high complexity and they have dementia. And they go, yeah, cool, we can do that. We take them on, and then because, you know, staff are actually good staff are hard to come by, you go, all right, this girl's probably one of our best staff, we're going to put her with dementia, you know, we need to fill a few shifts, that sort of thing. She has no idea how to help someone with dementia. So putting someone with that, like that, it's really dangerous for her, because someone with dementia in some cases can be really violent. It's dangerous for the participant because they have no idea how to support them properly, to help them their quality of life with someone suffering with Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever it is. And really, for me, it's just an unethical practice for if you're going to try and offer all things to all people. So that's just another perspective of it. Take it as you wish. If we move on, so we're just going to recap what we've gone over so far. And like I said, we go over this a lot more in depth in the Provider Accelerator masterclass. So we're going to recap. So it always comes back to the core principles, the 4 core principles, the needs and the goals of our clients, of our participants, and the choice and control. Okay, so we're really going to try and shed our capacity mindset. So please don't say, I've got capacity, it makes me cringe, I don't love it. I know people use it a lot. I've even said it myself. But to change that capacity mindset and really start to adopt a problem-solving mindset. So we're going to define who our target demographic is. We're going to define what their problems are. We're going to develop an irresistible offer, something they cannot say no to, or something that your referral partners cannot say no to, that solves their ideal demographic problem, that is just illogical for them not to say, I would like more information. Can you give me more information? And then we're going to deliver it to our target demographic. So we're going to deliver it to an audience. You cannot present an offer. You can't get any clients unless you've got an audience. So right now, you know, I've got followings. I've got people all the time. I'm presenting offers to them. You know, I'll have an offer about web design. Okay, this week we're going to do an offer about web design, or this month, and I'm going to need to get some clients. But I've already got an audience. I've already got people that watch me and follow me, and it's really, they find the content that I present interesting. So you really need to present it to an audience. So maybe that's going to networking events. Maybe it is developing referral partners. Maybe you're going to create a free program, and offer that free program once a month. Okay, and you can get 15, 20, 30 participants to that all suit your demographic, and you start building relationships with these people. And what I will say is one of my mottos is the fastest way to grow your business. Once you've got your offer down, you have to have an offer. Okay, I can't stress that enough. But the fastest way to grow your business is through conversation. So how many conversations have you had this week? It doesn't necessarily, the conversation doesn't have to lead to, hey, can I get some clients? Can I get some clients? Like, it doesn't have to have that motive behind it. But starting a conversation with someone and learning, where you are now is not where you're going to be in a year's time. If you continually take it step by step and solve one problem at a time, business is a whole load of problems, and those problems never stop. There's always one around the corner, and you just have to get really good at solving them. All right, so if we're moving on, so that's just a little bit of a recap of what we've covered, and I really hope you found this helpful. And what's next? What is next? Okay, so if you're interested in working with me, I don't help everybody. I don't provide all services to all people, but I have developed a network of partners that I can trust, that I can refer you to. So if you need accountants, I can send you to an accountant. If you need someone who you want to get registered with, I can send you to a registration organization that can help. Anything like that. If you need a website, that's me. I can send you to me. All that sort of thing. So I provide a Provider Accelerator Masterclass. It's free. It'll go for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. And it really, I think it's going to be the most value that anybody has ever offered for free in this industry. And that is my goal. I want to over-deliver on everything so that you guys can just create that great foundation so that as your business grows and grows and grows. And look, building trust and authority with your NDIS website, that is what our organization, Chadwick Digital, does. Our main focus when you're building a website, when we're growing a website, it's to show those referral partners, it's to show those primary carers, all that sort of stuff, that what you talk about, that your offers you're talking about, the demographics you're talking about, that they link up and they're able to match, and that you're able to talk about the NDIS framework and the language in the right way. And that's what I specialize in, and that's what our organization specializes in, is being able to communicate in a way that is necessary for this industry. Because if you don't know anything about this industry, you haven't done any copywriting, you haven't done anything like that, it's pretty impossible to be able to communicate in a way that is necessary, and really figure out who your ideal demographic is, visually getting your reviews up, building social proof, authority, all that sort of stuff. So when we talk about web design, if you want more information about that, I got heaps of videos that I can help you with and show you some examples as well. And the other offer that I will present to clients, and this is what I'm telling you about, our irresistible offer. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't change no matter what marketing you're doing. You need to have an offer. So we have a 3-month marketing strategy program that I work one-on-one with clients. I say, okay, we're going to do 3 months. This is where our end goal is going to be. This is where we're starting. Each week we're going to work on something different, and then you'll have some stuff to go away and work with in that time each week, and we'll just work on it. It's basically a 3-month coaching program one-on-one. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely hit me up and find me over at chadwickdigital.com.au. And I really hope this has been helpful, and I would really love your support. Believe it or not, when I try and help with stuff like this, there is a bunch of people that like to basically send me some hate mail and send me some really nasty things, and all I try and do is help people, and I would really love your support. If you found this helpful, just tell me it's helpful in the comments. Just tell me that was great. Maybe it was maybe it really helped you change your mindset, or whatever, anything. Just give me a nice comment below, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing for the industry, and I want you to keep doing it. So please put your best foot forward, focus on the needs, goals, and choice of control for our clients, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye.